Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Good to see y'all. It's good to be back. Yeah. Woo. And we're heading into the season here, so Tom and I thought we'd do a song for you here that we wrote for the Christmas Eve service here at Mile High, and I know a lot of you will be here for that, raising a candle, and that's what this one's about. It's called God is in the World. Well, it's still such a beautiful story. Synchronicity beneath the magic star. A soul-to-soul connection that brought wisdom seekers from afar.
And the angels were singing and people could hear them. They started telling their friends, and those friends gathered round and lifted their voices, sang it again and again.
God is in the world. God is in the world. God is in the world right now. All over this planet, there's beautiful stories about the great ones who walked among us here. They taught people how to pray. They brought heaven from above. They turned water into wine and feared love. We'll all tell our children these beautiful stories in languages too numerous to name. Beneath color and custom, at the heart of it all, the story's still the same. God is in the world. God is in the world. God is in the world right now.
And so we're telling it again, this beautiful story about the night the Prince of Peace touched down, singing tidings of joy that shall be for all people. There are no borders in an angel's song.
And we'll be raising our candles to peace on earth and to our loved ones who stepped into the blue. To seekers of truth all over this planet, to what we know is true. God is in the world. God is in the world. God is in the world right now. Right now. Right now.
Barry Ebert, everybody. Tom Litch, Mile High Band. So grateful to have them with us. Any Sunday where we got Barry Ebert and Dr. Patty doing the prayer is a good Sunday, right? So grateful for this beautiful choir we're going to hear from shortly. I just want to really thank each and every one of you for all of your hard work. They come to rehearsal every week. It's their love, but you following your love feeds and heals and inspires us. So thank you so much for your service, choir. Thank you to their director, Rebecca Stoudemeyer. We're so blessed to have her, and thanks to her family for sharing her with us. Welcome to Mile High Church. If you're new here, we have a vision and mission we love to recite each week. It's coming up on the screens. If you want to say it along with me, it goes like this. Our vision, oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. And here at Mile High Church, we co-create a sacred space together. Whether you're in the sanctuary right now or watching online, sacred space is grounding space. It's peaceful space. It is inspirational space. Sherry Huber, a great Buddhist teacher, she said that getting where you want to go in life has everything to do with awareness and nothing to do with willpower. It's an interesting thing to think about, that in this hour that we share together, that we can set aside any sort of forced action towards the challenges that might be facing us in our lives and just cultivate a greater awareness of the sacred and of the divine operating in our existence. And who knows, we may just see a change in some of those circumstances when we leave here today. So let's give that a shot as we move into this time of song, silence, and of prayer.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
With such incredible gratitude, I give thanks for the stillness. It's been written, be still and know. And out of that stillness comes forth life itself, the very essence, above, below, and all around about. The stillness grows the trees. Within the stillness, the beauty of the brightness of fall. Within the stillness, life begins. It unfolds, and it's unfolding within you in this very moment. Moment by moment, it unfolds. So I recognize that the presence of Almighty God, that which we call God, that light of the divine, that holy expression, where words cannot even begin to express. I ask you right now just to be gently with your breath. Gentle breath. Gentle breath that leads us and takes us into the depth and into the eternalness of our hearts. And within our hearts is that place of soulfulness, is that place of connectedness. Even before birth on this planet, we were connected. And after we leave here, we're connected in that soulfulness. So I give thanks, recognizing that is our divine connection, above, below, all around about. So with the gentleness of breath, for those who are watching online and all of us present here in this beautiful sanctuary of conscious light, we are one. We are that Christed light. We are that Buddha nature. And from this awareness, the awareness says that we are awake to the holiness of the truth that all is well, physically, emotionally, mentally. And we just accept this. It is done. It's that healing light that is that golden weave in and through all of life. Oh, so I give thanks. And I give thanks for Reverend Josh, his message. I give thanks for all the music, for the music stimulates the heart. So this is a good day. This is a good day to celebrate and to give thanks. And so I give thanks for this moment of prayer. I give thanks and I release it into that cosmic inner knowingness that what we speak, what we believe is done unto us. And so it is. Amen.
Line of the map in the dark, a vigil
this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light
Tuesday, we honor and celebrate Veterans Day, and we thank all of our veterans for their wonderful service to our country. And today, here at Mile High Church, we want to honor all of our veterans by inviting, first of all, our wonderful band and our Mile High Choir to sing the songs of the major branches of service. And when you hear your branch called forth, we invite veterans from that area to please stand so we can celebrate you. And we'll begin by inviting veterans of the Air Force to stand.
Off we go, with the wild through yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here we come, singing the beat our thunder, and a boy's giving the gun. Down we guys, running away from under, off with one hell of a roll. We live in pain, or down the drain. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
The Marines.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and the sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of the United States Marine.
The Coast Guard.
Oh, here's the Coast Guard marching song. We sing on land, on sea. Through surf and storm and howling gale, none shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our guide, our fame, our glory too. To fight, to sail, or fight and die, life does not beyond for you.
The Army.
Over jail as we hit the dusty trail, as those caissons go rolling along. Hear them out, hear them shout, counter punch right about, as those caissons go rolling along. Wagons high, high, in the field artillery, shout out your numbers loud and strong. For wherever you go, you'll always know that those caissons go rolling along.
The Navy.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to foreign shores, we sail our great campaign, while last night on shore, drink to the fall, until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home.
Thank you for your service.
Well, we got a new song for you today. Tom and I wrote this about a month ago. We were at a music conference, and this is a song about meditation, making time for it, and the difference it can do, and how hard it is to sit down and do it. This is called Calm in the Storm. Here I am again, trying to sit and stop my mind. Breathing out and in, practice that's as old as time. Simple and the hardest thing to do. Can't go around the pain, got to go right through. Counting 1 to 4, feeling how I rise and fall. Don't want things anymore, just a little piece, that's all. Simple and the hardest thing to do. To breathe and let my heart shine through. Trying to find the calm in the storm. Trying to find the calm in the storm. Lost in the candle flame, found beyond my body and my name, deeper than I've ever been. I'm home again. I can be anywhere, anytime and any day. This peace is always there, a love that never goes away. Simple and the hardest thing to do, but something that I know is true. Trying to find the calm, trying to find the calm, trying to find the calm in the storm.
There was Lennon McCartney, there was Jagger and Richards, and now Ebert and Litch. I love it. Thanks, fellas. Mile High Band, thank you very much. Let us know when the album's coming out. Hey, that class Reverend Zamira is teaching on Buddhism looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So there's an online and in-person option. I want to thank everyone who's given to our food drive, either through materials or just monetarily. I can't tell you how important it is right now, and because of your generosity, I can stand here and say that anyone who's hungry can come to Mile High Church and get assistance and support, and there's a lot of people in our community, our greater community, that need that right now, so thank you so very much for that. Thanks to our Make a Difference team as well. Question to begin this morning. Which statement is most true for you? I am always alone, or I am never alone? I am always alone, or I am never alone? We won't ask for a show of hands this morning, but I know that I've spent a fair amount of time in the I'm always alone camp. There's this aspect of myself, this detached awareness. He's disconnected from life, but he never fails to have a criticism or judgment about it. I search for him, but I've never found him. He lives in a place of isolation. And he believes that he came into this world alone, and he will leave this world all alone. But I've also spent some time, and gratefully more and more time, in the camp that I am never alone, that sees this isolated part of me not as real, but as construction, something invented because of a fear of connection. There's a part of me that even in the midst of my solitude finds a bridge of connection with each and every one, that realizes there is a divine power that knit me together in my mother's womb, that in even solitude I can have the grandest realization that I am never alone. Not only am I a companion to myself, but everyone I've ever loved and everyone I ever will. One unified harmony. So as you can see, I side with this belief that I am never alone. And yet, my message to you today is that the choice is up to you alone. The choice about being always alone or never alone is up to you alone. Ernest Holmes shared, "The boon you ask of life, the greater good, is open unto all, but life will give a love to all who know how to receive. It mirrors back in form what you expect. This is the circle of life, and this is its story. Earth is but mirror of a great glory." Smart guy. My message this morning is you alone, and it is that you are the only sacrament you will ever have to experience what is sacred and divine in this life. The only understanding you will ever come to know this life existence is your own understanding. The only awareness, your awareness. As much love in this life may be coming your way, you will only receive as much as you can comprehend and embody. You alone. To be in this sacrament of life. It's a curious paradox, but it makes sense when we look at it through spiritual lenses. That when we truly set out and search for the Spirit, we find ourselves. And when we set out to truly find ourselves, we discover the Spirit. We discover the divine. Thomas Merton, the great Catholic monk, was someone who understood this. He noticed that nature doesn't struggle to be what it is. Yet we human beings, because of this constructed, isolated self, we struggle to become what we are. And only in that sacred search for God do we reveal not only the divine, but who we really and truly are. He said, "The seeds that are planted in my liberty at every moment by God's will are the seeds of my own identity, my own reality, my own happiness, my own sanctity. To refuse them is to refuse everything. It is the refusal of my own existence and being, of my identity, my very self. Not to accept and love and do God's will is to refuse the fullness of my existence." It's interesting to point out that we find our connection with all of life through solitude. We may call it alone time, but really it's soul time. Soul time. Being in solitude is giving yourself time to be your soul. For me, it's time to not be a parent, not be a minister, not be a son, not be a husband or a husband, but to be that soul that I am. And when we find ourselves in that wholeness, it begins to reveal that bridge to our connection with all of life. Isolation is separating ourselves from life. The opposite of isolation is solitude, that bridge that connects us with all of life. And so I want to share with you today 3 ways to embrace this idea of you alone, to expand your awareness, your consciousness, and your capacity with connection with all that is. And the first is to strive for an ever-expanding awareness. To strive for an ever-expanding awareness. We are a philosophy of oneness here, which means every once in a while it's good to pause and say, what do we mean by oneness? What is oneness? I think at the surface level it means we're all connected, right? We're all one human family. But from our philosophical point of view, we might put it this way: we are all ones. We are all ones in which we all individualize the universal. The whole darn thing is in each and every one of us. We are all born of the same awareness, and yet we might say that each of us individually uses that awareness in our own way, in our own time, in our own affairs. It would not be evolved to say that one person's awareness is better than another's awareness. I might say my awareness is cooler than your awareness. But that awareness is our vehicle. It's our medium for discovering, accessing, mining, cultivating this thing called life. So care for it. Nurture it. If you think you've grown your awareness enough, no, you haven't. Just as the universe continues in its ever expanding, so we are called to continue to expand our own awareness so that we can learn and have the Spirit announce and experience its truth in ourselves. A daily recipe that works for expanding awareness in my life: 1, meditate daily. As soon as you can when you wake up in the morning, get that cup of coffee, that cup of tea, whatever it is, and be present in the moment. Love this moment, this great gift of life right here, and allow it to love you back. Try to love more each day. At the end of the day, think, I gave as much love as I possibly could. I couldn't love a single moment more, and then think again. Tomorrow is a new day. Not only does that help us live from heart, it sets the creative medium into motion. There is no more creative force in this life than love and living from your heart center. Embrace each day as God's and not your own. My day is so boring when it takes place in the limited awareness that I carry, as cool as I think it is. When I'm able to release that and live in that greater awareness, I stop living in my universe and I am renewed in God's universe. Instead of a universe filled with my own sense of limitations, I live in a universe that is limitless and can perform miracles in my life. End the day with humility. You have done what you could. When it's my universe, everything is all about me. Thank God when I can remember it's not all about me and let it go. I can finally rest and I can detach with compassion. That scrape I had with so-and-so, that hurt that I have a story that someone caused me, I can detach with compassion and get back to my wholeness, back to that soul time. And lastly, to move forward with enthusiasm. The wise sage Tony Soprano said, I know, life is a gift, but does it have to be a pair of socks? In our universe, the gifts can be limited, but when we move forward with enthusiasm to realize the miracle that is the day before each and every one of us, we can step into it with excitement and with glory. So nurture that expanding awareness. Second, be tempted by possibility. Always be tempted by the possible. I talked about this in our Back to Basics series way back in January. But it's a very wise thing to be aware of our limitations. Yet at the same time, being tempted by the possible is what sets the life adventure into motion. It's what calls us into greater beingness with life. And at the heart of being tempted by possibility is this special initiative we've been talking about this year of the divine feminine. The divine feminine in each and every one of us is that spirit of awakening. It's the spirit of curiosity. It is the courage to move forward and be a transformative power in our lives. This message of the divine awakening feminine is at the heart of so many creation myths. And yet, because they were articulated by men, they are often misunderstood. But to be great is to be misunderstood. And remember, Emerson said that. Yeah. Persephone is the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. And Hades, the brother of Zeus, shares with Zeus that he wants to take on a wife. And Zeus, without Persephone's consent, offers Persephone as his wife. And so Hades takes Persephone and takes her down to the underworld, the world of the souls. And she is curious, and she eats of the pomegranate, which binds her to the underworld. And Demeter, her mom, is furious when she finds this out. She goes Elsa on everything, and it all is frozen. They're in an eternal winter, and eventually we have this beautiful creation myth of the seasons, where Persephone lives half the time in the underworld, the fall and the winter, and the spring and the summer with the divine feminine. And yet the heroine of the story is still Persephone, who in eating the pomegranate has the courage to balance and invent the human consciousness that can hold life and death not as two separate things, but integrated and going together. The consciousness of both immortal life and mortal life together as one, something we as human beings are capable of through understanding this beautiful myth. In the mansplaining of the Pandora myth, Pandora is a punishment to man. Woman is a punishment to man, and she is a sinner because she is so mischievous and curious that she's wanting more and wanting to see what can happen. And she's given the jar of life, and she is told not to open it, but because she can't contain her curiosity, she opens up the jar, and all of this evil and chaos and things are born. A deeper understanding is that Pandora has an ability that the male gods do not have. That she is given the jar not to be forbidden from opening it, but because the gods need her to open it. It's kind of like, ladies, if we were watching the football game later today and I handed you a jar of salsa and I said, no matter what, do not open it. I watch you for a while, you open it for me, you hand it, and I say, I could have done that myself. Thank you for opening that jar. Pandora, who's blessed by all the gods with all of the powers and knowledge in the world, opens the jar out of courage. And yes, she releases chaos, and yet she invents something that had never existed before. Hope. The spiritual adventure that draws us past any self-contained boundary, any rule that society may be putting on us. Always be tempted by your possibility. This is the story of Adam and Eve as well. Eve is not a villain. She is the female principal. And until she exists, the knowledge of the tree of good and evil cannot be eaten from. God needs her. He doesn't want to admit it, but he needs her to eat of the tree, which eventually leads to the knowledge of eternal life. Even in our great American myth, the Wizard of Oz, the god of Oz, or Oz, before he meets Dorothy, is not a very good leader. He rules through fear and through false images, and it's not until he meets Dorothy, until he's touched by the feminine principle, that he finally gains his own heart and his own power to help the gang find who they are and to help Dorothy get home. Always be tempted by your possibility. A more pragmatic or present example of this, I was touched by the story of Nadia Hussein, who, as a young girl, her family immigrated into London from Bangladesh. She is today a celebrated chef and author. She's a star of one of those British baking shows. And she shares the story of living a very modern life in London. And when she was graduating high school, she wanted to go to university, and yet her family, her parents forbade it. They said, if you go to university, we are changing the locks on the doors, and you will not be welcome home. Nadia's only response to this, she was so angry, was to start working 3 jobs and to start saving her money. She only went home to sleep and to sometimes eat. She shares the story of 2 years later, her brother having an odd look on his face and her asking him what is wrong. And he shared with her that their parents were sending him to university. She would continue to work those jobs. She would get married and have 3 children, and then she would go to university. She would share that all of that anger, all of that sadness she felt, she would transmute into determination. Sometimes people don't mean it, but there are some rules and laws and expectations which hold us back from our true becoming. Maria Tartar, who wrote a wonderful book called The Heroine with 1,001 Faces, she speaks to our point today. She says, when women begin to write, the story changes. She shares of the importance of women to stand up and use our voices even when those who came before us were silenced. With women now better represented in the workplace as doctors, pilots, firefighters, preachers, and judges, it is almost impossible to mourn the world we have lost. Women now provide models in abundance, changing the myths we live by and remaking the human world in ways that promise to make the world more humane. What a myth to change, this concept that we are always alone, into the myth, a new myth to inspire our lives that we are never alone. And this is my final point today, to circle back around, that solitude is the bridge to connection. Solitude is the bridge to connection. This isolated self that I've come to believe in is just a construction. Sometimes I call this self the secret self. I think we all have a secret self. It happens when we experience a deep hurt in our lives. Hopefully it happens when we're a little older, but sometimes it happens to us when we are very young children. Someone abuses us. Someone neglects us. Someone betrays our trust. We do something that makes us feel shame that we don't want to admit. And the secret of this becomes a place where we've imprisoned ourselves. We live years, sometimes decades, abandoning that self, leaving them in isolation. We seek for that self to not be seen or known because it may be rejected or judged or hurt again. Our calling in this life is to not dismiss that isolated self, but to call that part of ourselves that we have abandoned, that experiences itself in isolation, back in. Call any part that you have neglected of yourself back in. You may consider it bad, toxic, negative. It's just that part of you that was trying to protect yourself. The best way to do this is to tell your secret, if only to yourself, and embrace that part of you back in with love. That's how we move from always alone to never alone. And we find this curiously in solitude. Not isolated time, but that alone time where we get back to the soul of who we are. We reignite the flame of truth and we follow its light back into our wholeness. One more female creation myth for you today. It is the myth of Sophia, which in Greek means wisdom. And this is a myth that comes to us from early forms of Christianity. And the idea is that Sophia is the daughter of God, and that God represents the light, the fullness. The term they use is the pleroma. And one day, Sophia gets lost from this light and this fullness. She's drifted away in her curiosity. And in feeling separated from the light, she feels isolated. She feels confused. She feels fractured. And out of this confusion, out of this desperate isolation, the world and everything around it is created. And so the idea is that this world has a consciousness of isolation, has a consciousness of duality. It has a consciousness of separateness. And yet, in each and every living being, there is the memory of the light within, the fullness in each and every one of us. Our job in this life, if we choose to accept it, is to cut through all those layers of not self, all of those invented ideas of isolation, of separateness, to get back to the light of who we are. And it is then that we return to that fullness, to that light, so we can know it for ourselves and so we can be it for everyone around us. To close from Walt Whitman's Song of Myself, I exist as I am. That is enough. If no other in the world be aware, I sit content. And if each and all be aware, I sit content. One world is aware, and by far the largest to me, and that is myself. And whether I come to my own today, or in 10,000 or 10 million years, I can cheerfully take it now, or with equal cheerfulness, I can wait. Don't wait to embrace that light of who you are, which connects you with everything around you and allows you to live from that wholeness in a way that unleashes that creative power in your life to demonstrate the harmony, connection, depth, intimacy, and oneness that we seek. Going into prayer this morning, I invite any of our incredible prayer partners to stand and join me in this consciousness. Knowing that as I fully accept who I am, every aspect of myself, that I have crossed the bridge to allow the fullness of God, the totality of Spirit to enter my consciousness and this beautiful life. Knowing and affirming for each and every one of us that even in our solitude, that we are never alone, that in fact, in mining this solitude, in the sacredness of our soul time, we call forth not just the consciousness of connection and oneness, but experiences of that consciousness of oneness. In discovering and accepting who we are, we open up to newfound love and newfound life. We welcome in a receptivity to greater prosperity, health, and well-being. We let back in any of those people who we have shut out of our heart, accepting them as part of who we are as well. We live no longer fractured, but indeed whole. Living from this love, living from this expanded awareness, continuing to be tempted by the possible. In this solitude, we are one with all of life. May this knowledge, this understanding through the sacrament of ourselves continue to guide us, to inspire us, and lead the way. And so it is. Amen.
So we're telling it again. that beautiful story about the night the Prince of Peace stepped down, singing tidings of joy that shall be for all people. There are no borders in an angel's song. And we'll be raising our candles to peace on earth and to our loved ones who stepped into the blue, and to seekers of truth all over this planet, to what we know is true. God is in the world. God is in the world. God is in the world right now.
Gorgeous. You got the B-side of that single right there. I love it. I love it. As we move into this time of offering, thanks for everything you give to invest in Mile High Church. I'd like to invite to the stage Tom and Linda. Are you here? There they are. Tom and Linda, I'll honor them while they're walking up here, and we'll do a community honoring of them for many, many years. Tom and Linda have been a part of something called Jeffco Faith Partners, and partnering with Mile High Church, they put this pumpkin patch out there. How many people bought a pumpkin from over there this year? And it seems like a humble work, but it raises hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tom, where he purchases the pumpkins from, is a Native American reservation that is in need of funds. So half the money goes to support them. The other half goes to support Habitat for Humanity. And Tom and Linda, do you mind telling us about your results this year?
Well, it was a spectacular year this year. This was our 26th year for the pumpkin patch here at Mile High Church. And Lakewood, we sold $73,800 worth of pumpkins. We have a satellite patch in Arvada, and they sold $34,700. So the grand total raised by Jeffco Interfaith Partners was $108,500. And we started the pumpkin patch in 1999, Jeffco Partners did. And this year was a milestone. We had sold now over $2 million worth of pumpkins. So from this year, $43,000 will go to Habitat Metro Denver to build a home. It'll be next year, because we're always a year off, and $65,000 goes back to the Navajo, the Pumpkin Patch fundraisers down on Navajo. And Linda is our volunteer coordinator, and
I just want to thank everybody who volunteered to help with the unloads and the pumpkin sales. We had an amazing number of volunteers this year. The unloads went very smoothly because we had so many people helping, including a lot of young people. And the youth from the middle school and high school here at Mile High helped with the second unload on the 12th of October, and we had a very smooth time of unloading the pumpkins this year. It requires 172 shifts of people working a 4-hour shift to sell pumpkins during the month of October. And this year, we had an abundance of volunteers. We didn't have difficulty filling the slots, and many people worked more than one shift. Many people worked 2 or more. I especially want to recognize Lori Niquette and Connie Risley, who worked multiple shifts every week during the pumpkin patch. And thank you also to all of you who bought pumpkins or made donations. You all helped, and those who put out prayers for no snow until November. that was really helpful too.
And because of the pumpkin patch last year, we are building a home called Griffith Station at 52nd and Carr. And Mile High Church has an opportunity on Saturday, December 6th, to put together 10 volunteers to help build it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Linda. Mile High Church is an extraordinary community because of its extraordinary people like Tom and Linda and like you. So thank you for your gifts to Mile High Church. Invite us to take our offerings and to bless them together with our affirmation that goes like this. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
You can play the game and you can act out the part, but you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What we're doing here today, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can't run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. Tell me what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about that squeaky wheel, how it's always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Yes, and show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. If you only will, only shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel.
So I want to just acknowledge if there's anyone here for the first time, we welcome you. And out at the Welcome Center, if you would like to stop by there, we could chat. We have a special packet. It's filled with goodies. I mean, that's a good thing, right? So we'd love to see you there. And also our practitioners are coming down. If prayer is calling to you, please find one of them and they will pray with you and it'll be good. Speaking about light, it'll be good. And then we have something taking place today, something very special, 11:30 to 1 over in the Vote Auditorium. And it is about our local leaders, 3 incredible local leaders speaking about sustainability. And we've been planning this for a while. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, we're really blessed today as well to have Same Cafe in the community center, so you can go get a great brunch over there. They're an incredible organization that does so much for the Denver community, so you can learn about them as well. You can do all that, go home, watch a little football, and then come back for the Healing Light service tonight at 5 p.m. Our Labyrinth is available at 4 p.m. as well, so talk about some great soul time there. How about our ASL interpreter, Kaylee, everybody? Thank you so much. So grateful for all of our interpreters. If you're willing, stand and say a benediction with me before we sing our peace song. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, and I accept it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
Peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you want to will. Like we're doing here today. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Whoa, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way